For years, I thought my anxiety was something to eliminate, a flaw. Like I was constantly trying to fight against it. But now that I think about it, what if all of that, everything that I was doing, was just making things worse? Dumelang, welcome back to Healing the Inner Child with Mami Kalai. In today's episode, I'm going to talk about how I'm learning to be friends with my anxiety. This is something that is very close to me, something that I really struggle with on a daily basis. I sometimes wonder, sit and wonder, why am I so anxious? Why am I so anxious? And for the longest of time, like I said, I was always trying to fight against it because I didn't feel normal. I didn't feel like I was like other people. You know, the way it's so bad, even tiny things, I feel everything. And I think my anxiety is connected to my ADHD, which I will unpack one day on a separate episode though. Because I tend to feel things very deeply. Last year, there's something that I haven't spoken to a lot of people about. I only told my close community. Last year, when I was writing hydraulics final exams, I was super anxious. I remember I even left the exam room because I just couldn't focus. It was sad, because I even blamed myself, like, Mommy, you are not helping. Let's work together. What is it that you're doing now? Because, guys, I was prepared. Like, I was prepared. I had studied. Because even during main examinations, I did very well. I did very, very well. But my anxiety just took over. It was sad for me, man. It's one of those things that when I think about them, I just lose it. That's one of the incidents where my anxiety came to play, where it overpowered my confidence. It overpowered what I thought I was capable doing. But it's something that I'm working on daily, and moving my body really helps because that's the first thing I do in the morning, be it running or working out. But I always make sure that I move my body, before I could face the world out there. Anxiety is so painful because sometimes you end up feeling like you're not good enough. Labona evidence you've proven to yourself, to the world, that you're capable of certain things. But anxiety will tell us something totally different, the opposite of what you believe, of the evidence that you have. Because it's something that I struggle with even in romantic relationships. Because of the flaws that I know in Arizona, I tend to make them about my partner. What if he sees the same flaws that I see in myself? So what if I'm not good enough? What if this person maybe their previous partners and whatnot? It's sad, man. It's sad, man, because sometimes you end up sabotaging yourself. Therapy really helped me because at least I'm able to recognize my anxiety in real time. It's still there, but at least right now I am self-aware. Because even when it strikes, in most cases I always ask myself that, Mommy, where's alarm? What is happening? and also and even remind myself that you don't have to believe every thought that you think. Some things are not facts, you know. Maybe it's just your mind playing tricks on you. So at least I can recognize in real time, because sometimes even in real friendships and maybe or sense a tone and then anxiety will take over. But like I said, I love the fact that you can recognize in real time, because this is not good enough feeling. If you're even professional settings, or what if I don't belong here? What if I'm just an imposter, imposter syndrome? I think anxiety, they're just intertwined. So that's some of the things that show up because of anxiety. During anxiety attacks or episodes, nothing else matters but this feeling we feel. Evidence can nothing, but anxiety will be able to take over. But I'm glad that I'm handling my anxiety a lot better lately. But I don't want to lie, it's there. And it's so tiring. Anxiety is so tiring. Because I'm doing bit of why am I so anxious? How mommy how excited. But it's just one of those things that I'm learning to be friends with in this adult journey, because this journey also comes with a lot of things. Practical ways that I'm learning to befriend my anxiety is, like journaling, man. Journaling helps because these thoughts that think I'm because sometimes, actually I think most of the times, anxiety stems from overthinking. So at least once you start writing, o kgona ho unload morolo teng ka kelellong wa hao, holding a lot of thoughts which are not even facts, but somehow what do you believe? The second one is moving my body. Moving my body, like especially running. That thing has done wonders. Bupilumbaka has done wonders. Because the energy wise, like in the energy, I'm more positive about life, about people, and a lot of things around me. So journaling, running, the gym, going to the gym. By the way, I recently went back to the gym and I love it. Mostly because of strength training, because as a runner and a skinny woman, I feel like I need to balance these two things. And the fourth one is, speaking to my community, my little community, about my anxiety, being open about my struggles, to them. So that sometimes if it happens that I snap, that's before I snap in personal. I just happen to struggle with these disease, anxiety. This is not an excuse for now. I need to be rude to people because I am an anxious person. No, but in jail to make them our way, even if it gets that I become rude or you understand. But at the end of the day, it's my responsibility to show up as a better person to other human beings. The fourth one, and the fifth one actually, speaking positively to myself. In order for a person to be confident, they need to have evidence. They're actually capable of doing certain things. And when I do speak to myself, like you've achieved 1, 2, 3, 4. Be it your materialistic things, or your personality, your character, how you do things, how you treat other people. I always remind myself that, Mommy, you're better than this. This isn't you. Anxiety is just playing tricks on you. So those 5 things are some of the things or practical ways that I try to communicate, speak to my anxiety and try to understand it and be friends with my anxiety. And I'm not gonna lie, this journey is not perfect because sometimes you relapse. And during those moments, I try not to judge myself. Okay, you've done all this work. Now, no. And until I admit that ke nnile a relapse and try to find a way how I can move it, but it's not cute. It's not that thing, okay, and then first you speak to yourself and then you account the next thing. No, it takes time, it takes hours. It's a daily work, man. It's daily work. It's a daily work, I'm not gonna lie. And I've come to accept that. Why? I'm gonna have to live with anxiety for the rest of my life. I just need to constantly find ways to deal with it, to calm my anxiety. Because also with anxiety, I like acceptance more than anything. You need to accept, you need to admit that, yes, this is happening. Yes, I have this problem. And to be open about it. I know it's not easy. I'm very vocal about my struggles, especially to the people who are close to me. They know a lot of things. Honestly, I'd like to believe I don't leave them guessing stuff about myself. They even say so like themselves. Oh, we understand you, we hear you, we know you. Because I struggle, guys, I'm not gonna lie. I really struggle with anxiety. And if you're struggling with anxiety out there, I just hope you become gentle with yourself. And you become honest with yourself that you do struggle. This thing, we mask ourselves just so we can appear as if we have everything figured out. So I just hope you have a good community that understands you and that you understand yourself. You feel you can expect the other people to understand you and that you actively do the work on yourself to try and, cope with your anxiety. Thank you so much for watching this episode. Please do not forget to like, share, comment your experience with anxiety, or if you have anybody close to you that struggles with anxiety.